Okay, so let's begin our platform and sculpting out some dirt. So what we're going to do in this lesson is we're going to create a little bit of a platform and a dirt mound for this guy to start on, which we can build our foundation to place all our props in, including grass. So let's just go ahead and get started with that. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to append a cylinder, and I'm just going to left click on here. And before I go any further, if you look at my subtools section, you're going to see I placed all the rocks into a folder to kind of keep things all nice and neat. So moving on, I'm just going to go ahead and left click on this guy right here, and I'm just going to go ahead and just simply bring it in. And what I'm doing is just kind of giving myself a little bit of a foundation platform for him. Give a couple of divides on there to smooth that out, and we're just gonna kind of, I may put this a little bit below for now, and then let's see how that is. I may make that slightly bigger. Yeah. Actually, that's a fine size for me. So let's just go ahead and thicken it up and see if we can sort of duplicate this mesh. And we'll make this one go right below, and just kind of like that. So we got something started. Now I'd like to go ahead and append another primitive. So we'll put a sphere in here like so, and we'll bring the sphere up just for now up here. And if I hit Shift F, I'm going to go ahead and kind of rotate this around. And I'm going to take half this sphere away because I really don't need two sides. I'm just going to kind of go through half of it like so. That's really all I need. And then I can just delete the hidden parts. And again, we did it once, but let's just review. To delete hidden, it's geometry, modify topology, and delete hidden. So we can kind of have a little bit of a smooth area here. And if you want, you can also remesh the whole piece so it's a little bit smoother, like that. I kind of don't mind it being one mound though, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I might just leave it like that. So let's go ahead, and this mound here is going to kind of function as our dirt clod. So I'm just going to kind of make this a little bit bigger, and then I'm going to scale this just a little bit down and just kind of put it right down in the center there, and just kind of expand this across like so. And I may even flatten it a bit. Now, this comes down to a little bit of readjustments, like for example, I may bring this mound a little bit lower down so I can make room for the mound, or the platform a little bit down so I can make room for the mound a little bit more, and give it a little bit more thickness too. Let's see, maybe something like that, and that might be it. So I'll just kind of bring it through, and you can kind of see I'm just kind of sizing everything up. Kind of like so. All right. So once you have that taken care of and you got your mound all established, let's go ahead and give that little mound there a couple of subdivisions for us to work with. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and start with the brush standard, which is your basic brush, just to kind of, what the goal here is to sort of break this all up. so to speak, and that's the only thing I'm doing here. And if there's any adjustments, you kind of want to go through the whole process of making sure it kind of blends into the lower platform. So kind of work with that a little bit. Now I'm just going to kind of work it very, very slowly, very gently. I may even do my final adjustments on here with the move brush. Just the whole idea is like for example, this area right here, the whole the edges that you're seeing here, yeah, they all just need to kind of be broken up a little bit, so that it kind of gives the illusion of just a little bit of an uneven surface for you to work with. Kind of see how I'm doing. It's just kind of a bit of a chore, but you know. And then I'll maybe do my final adjustments with the move brush and use that left alt to kind of bring things out a little bit more. You can kind of see. Kind of like that. It's just a little bit of a chore, but it's all good. Just want to kind of give a sort of indication of a sort of a dirt mound indication. All right. And then from here, you know, you can go to your higher subdivisions and go back to that brush trim dynamic, and you know, you can go about also just kind of taking your time to kind of break this up and create sort of like a little bit of an angular look on here. That can also help with a look a little bit, you know. You can kind of see how it's kind of given us a certain look. So it's not just something you can use for rocks. You can also use this for like patches of dirt, for example. And just go ahead and cycle between the three brushes, move, standard, and trim dynamic, and just kind of go about. Let's see if we can make our adjustments there through, and see if we can maybe see a little bit more of the pouch area. All right, so kind of have a little bit of this. If you want it to be more flat, you know, you can just bring it in like this and kind of make it come up like so. You can do that as well. But once you have all this taken care of and you've done your final touches, we can kind of compound what we've learned about rocks and just have some fun experimenting again on the surface with noise again, and just kind of seeing what we can flush out like we did sort of before. You know, it's really something that you just gotta kind of play with and have some fun with. Like, you know, just giving you an idea to look for patterns on here that you might enjoy. You know, just feel free to kind of look for some sort of scale. Like this one right here could be an interesting looking scale, and you can just kind of hit OK and see a little bit of that. Of course, because we have small division right here, it's not going to be the best projection if you hit apply to mesh. It's not too bad. But if you just wanted to kind of give it a extra amount, another thing you can do is just mask by noise again and bring it all in through that same pattern that we did before. Now, if you feel that it's too soft or anything like that, you can just kind of undo it and just bring it in another way, like that. And you know, you can just keep reapplying the noise or edit the noise and hit reset and do something like maybe strength to be here, scale to be something like that, maybe. Hit OK. You can always just, it's more just sort of experimenting to see what something looks like. So once you go with all of that, you know, I would say just make your final finishing touches on here. I'd like you to try to get a good amount of real estate in all of this, you know, so you can actually make room for things like, you know, rocks or grass or things like that, just to kind of have some fun with. So with that said, in the next lesson, we're going to talk to you a little bit about grass. So stick around and stay tuned.